Today, something historic unfolded live on Iraqi television that has every Iraqi dinar holder, investor, and financial analyst talking. For years, rumors and speculation have surrounded Iraq's currency, leaving many uncertain about what the future holds. But today, the Central Bank of Iraq made a public announcement that could reshape everything we know about the Iraqi dinar. This wasn't a casual interview, a vague statement, or an often comment. It was an official broadcast watched by millions across Iraq. Every word spoken by the central bank governor and high-ranking financial officials matters. In this video, we are going to break down exactly what was said, what it could mean for dinar holders, and how these announcements fit into Iraq's broader economic strategy. If you've been following the Iraqi dinar story, today's news is something you cannot afford to miss. The live broadcast from the Central Bank of Iraq began with the governor appearing alongside several officials from the Ministry of Finance. The announcement lasted nearly half an hour, with detailed discussions about Iraq's monetary strategy moving into 2025 and beyond. The central focus of the broadcast was Iraq's currency stability and its steps toward economic reform. For years, the gap between the official and black market exchange rates has created uncertainty for investors. Today, the governor acknowledged that significant progress has been made in narrowing this gap. This marks a rare moment of transparency from the Iraqi government, providing clear insight into their plans for monetary adjustment. For anyone holding Iraqi dinars, this is one of the most significant public statements in recent memory. It shows the country is moving beyond speculation and taking measured steps toward economic stabilization. During the live broadcast, the governor used the exact term, monetary adjustment phase, which immediately caught the attention of financial experts and dinar investors alike. He explained that this phase would involve multiple steps over the coming months, and each step is designed to strengthen Iraq's financial system. The first step involves implementing new banking regulations that are already underway. These regulations aim to increase transparency and improve the efficiency of the banking sector. Strengthening financial institutions is a crucial prerequisite before any potential currency adjustment. The governor emphasized that these steps are not speculative, they are carefully planned reforms based on economic realities. For dinar holders, this means that Iraq is laying the groundwork for potential changes in currency value, but these changes will be managed gradually to avoid economic instability. The second step highlighted during the broadcast focused on Iraq's efforts to improve international banking relationships. The central bank is actively working with global financial institutions to align with international standards. This includes strengthening cross-border banking transactions and ensuring that Iraq's financial system is recognized as stable and transparent on a global scale. These measures are essential before any currency adjustment because they ensure that Iraq can handle increased foreign investment and international trading activity. The governor noted that these improvements would make Iraq more resilient to global financial pressures. For dinar investors, this step signals that Iraq is serious about integrating its currency with global markets. It also provides assurance that any future adjustments will be supported by a robust financial infrastructure, minimizing the risk of sudden disruptions. The third step mentioned in the broadcast is the part that has sparked the most excitement among the investment community. The governor confirmed that Iraq is actively evaluating the possibility of adjusting the dinar's value. While no specific numbers or timelines were provided, the fact that this is being openly discussed represents a major shift from previous statements. Historically, central bank officials have avoided public mentions of currency adjustments, making today's announcement unprecedented. Evaluating currency value changes is a complex process involving careful consideration of oil revenues, foreign reserves, international trade, and domestic economic stability. For viewers and dinar holders, this news suggests that Iraq may be preparing for significant monetary changes in the future, but it will be done carefully to maintain stability and public confidence. To give viewers context, The governor also shared several key economic indicators during the broadcast. Iraq's foreign currency reserves have reached levels not seen in over a decade, reflecting stronger economic fundamentals. Oil revenues, the backbone of Iraq's economy, have remained stable despite global fluctuations. The country is also meeting its international debt obligations, which reassures both citizens and international investors that Iraq's economy is on firm footing. These positive indicators are essential prerequisites for any currency adjustment. For dinar holders, this information reinforces the idea that any future monetary changes would be based on economic strength rather than speculation. This level of transparency is rare and provides a clear signal that Iraq is preparing systematically for potential currency reforms. Timing is another crucial aspect highlighted in the broadcast. Iraq has been collaborating with the International Monetary Fund on economic reforms, and many of these reforms are nearing completion. This cooperation suggests that Iraq is aligning its monetary policies with international best practices, which is necessary for any future adjustments in currency value. The governor emphasized that this process will take months rather than days or weeks, meaning investors need to manage expectations. Gradual implementation is the standard practice when making monetary adjustments, as sudden changes can create instability. This measured approach shows that Iraq is prioritizing stability and economic growth over speculative gains, which should provide reassurance to the public and investors alike. The governor also addressed some common misconceptions about currency revaluations. He clarified that any adjustments would be grounded in Iraq's actual economic performance, rather than rumors or speculative predictions. Factors like oil production, government stability, trade relationships, and foreign reserves will drive any changes. By emphasizing economic fundamentals, the governor is signaling that Iraq is taking a responsible approach to monetary adjustments. For dinar investors, this means that future currency changes would reflect the country's real financial health. It also means that patience will be necessary, as these processes cannot be rushed. Understanding this distinction is critical for anyone considering investment decisions based on today's announcement. A particularly noteworthy aspect of today's broadcast was the governor's focus on transparency and communication. Throughout the Q&A session, reporters repeatedly asked about the timeline and impact of potential currency changes. The governor assures that any updates would be communicated well in advance. This level of transparency is unusual in monetary announcements, especially in countries where currency speculation has created uncertainty in the past. By emphasizing clear communication, the central bank is showing that it is aware of the global interest in the Iraqi dinar. For viewers, this reassurance underscores the importance of monitoring official statements and understanding that any monetary changes will be carefully planned and announced in stages. The broadcast also covered the expected impact on citizens and businesses. The governor made it clear that any currency adjustments would be designed to benefit Iraq's economy overall. Measures are being considered to increase purchasing power, enhance economic stability, and reduce financial risks for the public. This shows that officials are not only thinking about investor interests, but also about the broader implications for everyday Iraqis. By addressing inflation, price stability, and economic growth, the central bank is indicating that any potential changes in the dinar's value will be managed to ensure minimal disruption to daily life. This approach is essential for maintaining public trust during a significant monetary transition. Digital banking and electronic payment systems were another key topic discussed in today's broadcast. The governor highlighted that Iraq has been expanding its electronic banking infrastructure, which is a critical step before any major currency adjustments. Strong financial systems allow for smoother transitions and help prevent issues related to cash handling or sudden fluctuations in exchange rates. For dinar holders, this infrastructure development indicates that Iraq is preparing its financial system to handle increased activity efficiently and securely. It also suggests that the country is modernizing its banking sector to meet international standards, which is a positive sign for investors and citizens alike. Regional economic integration was also emphasized during the broadcast. Iraq has been strengthening trade relationships with neighboring countries, improving cross-border transactions, and enhancing regional economic cooperation. These steps are important because currency adjustments in emerging markets are often tied to regional and international trade relationships. By improving these connections, Iraq is creating a more stable environment for potential currency changes. For dinar investors, this means that any adjustments in the exchange rate would likely be supported by strong regional trade foundations, reducing the risk of instability and creating a more favorable investment climate over time. Concerns about inflation and price stability were also addressed in detail. The governor assured viewers that any adjustments in currency value would include measures to control inflation, maintaining price stability to ensuring public confidence during monetary changes. By addressing this issue upfront, the central bank demonstrates awareness of potential risks and shows commitment to managing the transition carefully. For investors and citizens alike, these assurances indicate that Iraq is taking a methodical approach to currency adjustments, prioritizing stability and economic health over rapid, speculative gains. This measured strategy is likely to prevent sudden disruptions in the economy and ensure smoother implementation. Near the end of the broadcast, the governor made a statement about Iraq's economic outlook that has been widely discussed. He mentioned that Iraq's economic future appears brighter than it has in many years. While political rhetoric can often be vague, this statement quoted by specific data points, including improved oil revenues, economic growth, reduced violence, and enhanced infrastructure. These indicators suggest that Iraq is entering a period of greater economic stability, which is essential for any currency adjustment. For dinar holders, this positive outlook signals that the government is focused on creating conditions for sustainable growth before making any monetary changes, rather than rushing into adjustments prematurely. Understanding the language used in the broadcast is also important. When the governor talks about evaluating possibilities, it indicates serious consideration rather than casual discussion. This phrasing is significant because government officials are typically careful with their words, especially in matters affecting currency and finance. By openly discussing potential adjustments, the central bank is signaling that these considerations are not theoretical, they are part of a deliberate and strategic plan. For viewers, this means that today's announcement should be taken seriously, and monitoring future updates will be critical for anyone invested in or tracking the Iraqi dinar. Another critical aspect of today's announcement is the public nature of the broadcast. Statements made on live television carry considerable weight in international financial markets. This wasn't an offhand comment or a leaked document, it was an official, fully transparent announcement meant for the Iraqi people and the global investment community. For dinar holders, this visibility is crucial because it ensures that any future monetary changes will be managed openly, reducing the risk of misinformation or sudden surprises. The broadcast demonstrates Iraq's commitment to communicating directly with both domestic and international audiences about its monetary strategy. Finally, it's important to maintain realistic expectations. While today's announcement is historic and significant, currency adjustments are complex processes that require careful planning and implementation. Even if Iraq decides to proceed, changes could take months or even years to fully unfold. Investors should understand the risks involved and avoid making decisions based on speculation. The broadcast emphasized transparency, gradual implementation, and reliance on economic fundamentals, all of which suggest that any currency adjustments will be deliberate and carefully managed. For those holding Iraqi dinars, patience and informed decision-making will be key over the coming months. In conclusion, today's live broadcast marks a historic moment for Iraq and anyone following the Iraqi dinar. The Central Bank of Iraq has clearly outlined a monetary adjustment phase, focusing on banking reforms, international partnerships, and potential currency evaluation. While no specific numbers or timelines were given, the implications are significant. Iraq is taking a measured, transparent approach to strengthen its financial system and create conditions for sustainable economic growth. For dinar holders, this represents the clearest signal in years that the government is actively considering monetary adjustments. Make sure to stay informed, monitor official updates closely, and manage expectations responsibly. Hit the like button, subscribe for the latest updates, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Today's announcement could be the beginning of a new chapter for Iraq's economy, and we'll be here to cover every development.